I'm tired. And I'm adding citations to the reliable source of self, and last night I was on the street corner spilling philosophy and the doctrine of my event, that is, the self, writing and speaking in a timeless manner, and the objects of the white noise is nothing but a projection of the recurrence of banter, idle, and of the accord of presentism, in nothing but the event exists except the war horse of this very moment, and the contrast of eternalism and the glowing dark theory is that nothing beyond this very moment exists. And if it does, the space-time continuum doesn't matter, and we'll take a knife to it like a katana and cut it in half. And to the contrary, we'll realize that it's nothing but this moment that needs to exist, because the matter-of-fact statement of thank goodness that tomorrow is a day off from the 9 to 5 sufficient sentence of your life to a temporal discourse of the debt, anxiety relative, internal observed geometric point of your apex in a cone cloned so many times over that every day seems like the last. And this is the theory of the aftermath of letting go and realizing that nothing but the experimental confirmation of this rise and fall moment is the viewpoint of philosophy, that you are a paradox in the analysis of existing in the conceptual moment of this very second, and the framework therein is a reference to the compass of every instrument of you and yourself, because this is the constant interval of self in the mirror, unless you're a vampire, in which case you're invisible. So let's one off each other and talk about something beautiful, because in the end there's nothing but relationships with special alignments, and they are accountable to everything that ever was, and the metaphysics of a changing definition of self, and the branch of, well, I believe in everything and nothing, but this is not how I exist in nothing, and deluded of all compassion, and I transform myself from natural into nurtured lethargy. And this is the imperial activity of my derivative self, and I am experimenting with the philosophy of 18th century science, wherein the disambiguous has become my paradox, and I'm empirical, and the character of my own protagonist has become the antagonist of the philosophy of neo-protestism, because this is the etymology of something that changed, and the metaphysics of the beautiful work of Aristotle, and the physics of something to come, and the prefix is meta, which is beyond, and therein lies the anxiety of a future, and a realm that doesn't exist beyond a theory of your own perception. Because tomorrow is something beautiful that you can't see, and it might be controversial, it might endorse hardship, and it might be notably, well, augmented with mourning because of loss, and the medicine of mathematics and poetic and music and prose, and the science of the physical mind and your body hard slaved at work in the 9 to 5 sequence of science, wherein the queen is telling you that, well, you're a beautiful problem and you should be either pulling yourself together or finding a new job, because, well, this is a separation of a pink slip to black mark spotted on your t-shirt philosophy, wherein the nature of nurture is a perennial visit of something changed, which we accept. It's called manifest fucking destiny. And this is about being in favor with something external. The paranundrum of the ontological catalog of God and the fundamental constituents of reality, wherein he will tell you that everything ought to exist as an argument for you, and bow down, as if you were a chosen few, like 144 to 144,000, or 1400. This is the chosen mathematics of the phenomenon of nomenclature, and people trying to ridicule time and space as if the puppets really mattered, and the author was nothing more than the advocate of creation in a single spawn moment wherein the Big Bang happened. Remember, this moment is the cosmology of all time and space, and the modern reality is disambiguous. So believe in self in this very moment. Find compassion and live for others. This is chivalry, this is love, and this is why you were born.